Hey again, we are back. We are cooking again today. We're starting out in the kitchen and then we are going to head out to the grill in just a little bit. Today I'm actually going to make a bit of homemade barbecue sauce. It's going to be a bit sweet, a bit smoky, maybe a little bit spicy. I haven't decided on that yet. And then I've got some lovely pork steaks that I'm going to put that onto, and we're going to throw those out on the grill. So we'll head over to where I'm going to be mixing our stuff up, and I'll show you what we're going to put in our sauce. Alright, so stick with me here. Apologies for any noise in the background. We've got some work going on in the back garden, but we're going to make some sauce here, and I'm going to be throwing a number of ingredients at it. Remember, of course, always that you can tweak these. You can make adjustments. This is going to give you a starting point that you can play with. So I'm going to start with a jar of tomato soup. Now, you can also use passata. You can also use chopped tomatoes. You could also use ketchup for this. But we want a tomatoey base for this one that we're doing. So I'm going to start there. I am going to add a bit of dark brown, soft brown sugar. You may not be aware of it, but most of the brown color barbecue sauces that you buy, the base for those is basically ketchup and brown sugar. Now, I did mention that we want honey in this one, so I'm going to throw some of that in there as well. There is quite a bit of sweetness in this. Yep, that's part of what we're doing. I've got some chopped garlic that I'm going to throw in there. Good bit of that. I like my garlic in barbecue. We're also going to throw into this some whole grain mustard. And this is a brilliant ingredient. You can actually make mustard-based barbecue sauces rather than ketchup-based. Today I'm just throwing a little bit of that flavor in there with the ketchup. I'm also going to just throw in, and this is just like general mixed herbs. And I'm also going to throw in some Worcestershire sauce. I've most likely mispronounced that, so it will just be what it is. Good bit of that. That Worcestershire sauce has a natural kind of deep smokiness to it. It's going to go very well for this sauce. And then I've got one last ingredient that may cause a little bit of mixed feelings, but we'll see. Yep, so I'm just going to move this out of the way for a second, and there's our final ingredient for you. A bit of Tennessee Fire. So we are making kind of a bourbon honey smoky sauce here. That fire, that is cinnamon in there as well, so it's going to give us a little bit of natural kind of spice warmth to it. That's going to be really nice. Before we go any further then, I'm going to go ahead and throw this in the food processor, get it all blended up nicely, and then we're going to go from there. So I'll cut over to that and we'll be back. Now then, this sauce can be used raw, just like it is if you want to. You will see though that it is a bit wet, it's a bit liquid, and there is that Tennessee Fire in there, so obviously you wouldn't want to be giving that to kids as is. But to solve both of those problems, I'm actually going to be throwing it on the stove and cooking it off for probably 30 minutes on a low to medium heat. I'll get that going now, and then we'll get some of it on our pork and get it out to the grill. nicely. I will have cooked out all that alcohol as well, and it's now being used. Alright, now then, we're going to get these pork steaks ready. We're going to throw onto them a bit of our Louisiana Cajun rub. Flip them over. Hit the other side as well. Just going to tap that down a bit so some of it embeds itself into the meat a bit. And then we're going to pour our sauce over them. I did let the sauce cool down somewhat before throwing it on top of here, by the way, just in case I didn't comment on cooling it down earlier. Make sure we've got all the meat covered up by sauce. Don't want any blind spots or bald spots or whatever you want to call them there. And now that that's sitting on the meat, we're going to go heat our grill up. Alright, now our meat is just about to come off the grill. While we're waiting for that, I've gone ahead and I've microwaved some potatoes so that they're mostly cooked. I'm going to go ahead and dice those up. Keep the size as close as you can to the same. Doesn't matter too much since we've cooked them most of the way through anyway, but just for presentation, it looks a bit better. Yeah, no, I don't normally worry too much about presentation, but I can already hear those comments. Now then, these potatoes are going to get tossed in a bit of that same Cajun rub that we put on the meat itself. Just roll those around in there a bit. And then as soon as the meat comes off the grill, we're going to have lots of kind of leftover barbecue sauce juices and stuff caramelizing on there. I'm going to throw these potatoes on that. I'll show you that when it's time. Alright, we'll throw one of our pork steaks on there. We'll throw some potatoes on there. And if you want to, you can throw some of that coleslaw I've made on a previous video on there. And there you've got it. We've got a nice, quick, well, kind of quick, easy meal, which is a good thing because it's lunchtime. So I'll see you guys tomorrow, and enjoy.